This is a camo red balloon, and if this thing leaks, we're gonna be left with 0 lives and we should lose. But take a look at what happens in this latest update. Yep. Absolutely nothing. We don't lose and we still have 1 life. This is because of a brand new change, which is probably the best change that I've actually seen in BT6 in a while, where the bomb blitz is finally fully useful in chimps mode. The change happening is that now you can leak lives with the passive ability and it's not going to trigger the life loss, it's in fact going to trigger the passive ability as long as that ability can fully destroy the balloon that's leaking, and so that creates results like this. And that, guys, is probably one of the coolest changes that I've seen in BT6, because now, I mean, this opens up the bomb blitz by so much, it's actually crazy. Not only that it's going to be viable in multi-track maps, but it's like it changes chimps mode and the tower completely. But I still want to mention that the same rules apply as before. So what I mean by that is that there's still the initial cooldown before you can use it for the first time. There's still the 60-second cooldown on the bomb blitz passive ability before you can use it again. The damage is still set to BFB, so for example, if you're trying to leak something bigger than a BFB, it's just straight up not going to work. And so basically there is, there's not much changed besides this little cool small mechanic that makes the bomb blitz now will be viable, fully viable, I want to say, in chimps mode. So what we're doing today is we're actually going to try that. This is, I want to say this is super risky for black border runs. You have to be extremely careful in what you're leaking, but then if the ability is on cooldown, you're trying to leak things like, one after the other really quickly, you might end up losing the run. So we're not going for a black border, but if we could get it, then we're going to take it for sure. Alright, so we've got round 15. If we survive this one, we're going to Striker Jones. So I'm going to set the dart, and I guess the sub is well too strong because we want to deal with the pink and the yellow balloons, and if we dealt with those, I think we should be fine. So let's just kind of monitor whatever is happening. Let's go like this, switch this guy to oh that's not gonna work. That's a single red balloon. Okay, we can do this actually, I think. What if we give the sub a little bit of extra range so you can see the stop track, set it on strong again, then we're gonna switch it back to first when we pop a huge chunk of these pinks and yellows. So go like this, and I think, yeah, let's go on back on first because it's a yellow like this, and this seems to be, yeah, so much better last time. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna Striker Jones like this. By the way, Striker Jones is an extremely important hero for this thing. It's not like it is not doable or whatever without him, but here's the thing. Striker Jones' level 10 ability resets the cooldowns on all bomb shooters and mortars, right? Now, a very cool mechanic is that this thing works actually on the bomb blitz's passive abilities. So if we ever run into trouble, hopefully not, but if we ever run into trouble, we can just proc that and we're gonna have 2 passive bomb blitz abilities, which is gonna be nuts. Alright, so this kind of village is down. We're obviously not gonna be going for a mid-path village because we have Striker Jones, so we're gonna be able to pop all the DDTs eventually when the time comes. So let's go like this. I'm gonna go for the cluster. Actually, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Now, here's what we're gonna do instead. We are only gonna go for a 002 on the bomb, and then we want to save a little bit of cash because I want to submerge this sub. This is going to be our D camo. Maybe we'll buy something else later on. Yeah, I think this is going to be completely fine for the camos on this one, 33. Oh, actually, you know what? We would have had the money for the cluster plus the sub. I guess we just didn't take the risk, but it's fine. It's better to play it like this. Okay, so let's go for the clusters now. This bomb is obviously insane. We're going for the mid path, which is going to do well versus Moab class balloons, and then when you buy the bomb blitz, I mean, obviously, it's going to take a while until it actually loses. So let's kind of speed run, through all these early rounds. I think the Moab round 4 is going to be kind of interesting to see what happens. Alright, so 38, here's how things are looking. We have about 4k, which is pretty much the green light to buy the recursive clutcher, so I'm going to get it. This is going to be a huge damage increase, and the next thing I'm going for is going to be the Alchemist. Now, the thing is, I don't want the Alchemist buffing Striker Jones, I only want it buffing the bomb, so let's see if we can kind of pull it off. Yeah, I think this is gonna be fine. Let's go like, yeah, have it like this. We're only gonna keep it as a 320 because we're rushing the bomb blitz. This is, by the way, a super cheap tier 5. I mean, you guys already know this, but it's only 25k. And now the fact that they just, like, they didn't even do a price increase on it or whatever, they just gave it this ability to proc and to not leak lives. Come on, man. I think the value of this tower is gonna go up. I'm not sure where this thing was ranked in the previous updates comprehensive tier list, but I'm willing to bet this is gonna go up by a lot, actually, just because of, because the bomb blitz passive ability is global. So imagine you're playing on one of these true expert maps, like, it doesn't even care at this point. It's gonna wipe the screen and there's nothing like you can do about it. Like, that's just about it. So let's actually help it out a little bit before we're going for the bomb blitz. Let's go like this. I think we're gonna stop at the primary training. Yeah, so just a lot of range, and then let's start saving up some cash until the bomb blitz. I feel like, this combo with Striker Jones, because we're obviously buffing it, we're giving it range, we're giving it pierce, we're giving it extra attack speed. This combo of the towers that we currently have is not gonna lose for a very long time, I don't think. And this Bomb Blitz passive ability, by the way, it works on the Paragon exactly the same way. So, for example, you're playing with, well, I guess you're not getting the Paragon when you have 1 life, right? But I guess you can leak some bigger Bloons when it comes to the Paragon, because the Bomb Blitz ability goes up to BFBs, and the Paragon's Bomb Blitz ability goes up to ZOMGs. I guess it's kind of the same thing, you know, give or take. It's just that it does a little bit more damage, and the damage on this one, by the way, is capped at 2000. So you cannot, you know, just use it forever is what I'm saying. You just keep leaking lives. Yes, so income 63 in a second. We're dealing with 45 mobs as well, which is going to be good. But the thing is, our setup is going to be complete after we buy the Bomb Blitz. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy it. After this, I will not be buying any towers unless absolutely necessary, because remember, we're actually trying to leak now. Now the thing is, the Bomb Blitz is super powerful by itself, so it's gonna take a while until this guy loses. So let's just watch like 63 and 64. Yeah, this is just a demolition machine. Yeah, this is just so good for the rounds that we're currently on. So as we're watching the Bomb Blitz, I wanted to ask you guys if you've been trying the new Bomb Paragon after its release. I mean, have you played around that thing, and how's your games, you know, how have your games been going, basically? I'm actually waiting for the next boss event, believe it or not, because the last one, and it was actually the first one when the Bomb Paragon got released, it was FaZe as the boss. I thought that was a fumble, actually. I don't think that they should have done FaZe as the first boss, because the Bomb Paragon doesn't have an innate camo, and so it's not a problem to buy camo detection, but it's like you cannot give camo detection to Paragons with like a village. You need the Ninja Paragon, and so that gets, you know, a little bit expensive, so it's kind of a difficult setup to get to. And also the way the FaZe works, it's like let's say you're revealing him, but he works on these cycles. It's like a 24-second cycle where it's like, I think it's 12 seconds on with the camo, then 12 seconds off, so you can't even reveal him at all times, and so it just makes the whole thing so annoying that I felt like FaZe was a bad first boss. So I'm actually hoping for a different boss this time around. I just hope that it's, well, anything. Oh, wait a minute. Are we actually gonna, I'm gonna use the level 3 strike. Oh my god, the clusters are insane. Alright, but we need to get some camo detection. It seems like I thought this sub was gonna be enough, and I kind of want to keep it because we want to, you know, hopefully leak some camo Bloons in the future. But at the same time, I don't know, like, are we getting another village or what? Let's just save the money, by the way, because if this setup works, this is gonna be like a huge save up strategy, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so free play entering around 82, and I am actually very excited for free play in general. I think this is like gonna be the majority of the video, because we're actually trying to leak, and we're kind of bad versus super ceramics, I'm pretty sure, with this Bomb Blitz. So we're looking to leak as many Bloons as possible, although it might not be on like the early 80s, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, just take a look at how great of a tower this guy is, by the way. $70,000 saved up. It's round 84, and we still, remember, we've still not even seen one single triggering of the passive ability. I'm telling you guys, this is an insane tower nowadays, especially with the latest change. Yeah, okay, this is nuts. Round 89, we have not leaked anything, guys. Nothing, like literally nothing is going anywhere. $87,000. Let's try and leak a DDT then. I'm pretty sure that one of these guys is going to leak, right? Because we're decamming them a little bit late. Nope, never mind. Alright, I mean, just casually getting next to the 100k mark. I think this might be around, by the way, guys, because we're not exactly decamming. Oh, yes, there we go, there we go. A ceramic, and yes, it actually does work. That is nuts. That's so good. $99,000. We actually do get a leak onto these DDTs. That was so good. Oh my god, it actually works in Chimps mode. How insane is this? This is like, you know what this is? This is like a permaspike in a way, right? This is just like securing the exits, like whatever, well, not exactly whatever it leaks, but if it's a small Bloon, like any kind of a small Bloon, it's not going anywhere. It's just gonna save you, and not only that, it's gonna likely wipe the entirety of the screen. Oh my god, what is even happening? Okay, so let's actually try and beat this round like 94 with just our main attack. I'm not exactly sure if the passive ability is off cooldown yet, and it looks like we're gonna be able to do that. All right, and for the next one, for 95, I mean, we're obviously gonna leak something. So let's try and do the Striker Jones combo, where I think we're likely gonna have to do it. I think we're likely gonna have to click the button, because we're not exactly decamming and popping these DDTs so fast. So let's just kind of watch one of these sides. I really hope something leaks, by the way. Oh, there we go, some ceramics on the side. Boom. Alright, that's good. And now we get the passive ability, but we know that it's on cooldown. So let me actually hit the level 10 Striker Jones ability, because if we leak something, which we are leaking, is it gonna trigger? Yes! That is nuts. What? That is nuts. What is this combo? How is this legal? We should have lost 3 times by now. That is crazy. Look at the setup that we have. $112,000 on Chimp Snow with just Striker Jones 025 on the bomb and then a 320 Alchemist. Like, this Alchemist is not even maxed out. Oh my god, that is nuts. You know what? I should check the cooldown on Striker Jones's level 10 ability, because that can kind of give us a gauge on the Bomb Blitz's passive ability, because I think this thing is like maybe 60 or 90 seconds. Let me check for a second. Hold on. Alright, so the artillery command has an 80-second cooldown, and if this thing is up, then we know for a fact that the Bomb Blitz passive ability is up, which means that we can leak again. So I'm not exactly sure if that's happening on 96 because there are no fortified balloons left, but look at the money, guys. 120,000. Alright, so here's what I hope. I hope we don't leak anything on this one. Yeah, we're gonna leak. Okay, that's completely fine because we can still re-trigger it. We can still refresh the cooldown. I think we're gonna have to do it. So maybe set this guy on strong and then keep using Striker Jones's passive. Although, oh, that's actually going to be interesting, because if we reset the cooldown with the Striker Jones level 10 ability, but then 99 is going to appear, and we want it triggering versus those 45 DDTs. So what I'm saying is we should likely get the normal cooldown back, and this is where things can get a little bit tricky if we're going for a black border with this. So I'm actually going to try and leak, and I'm going to hope for the best, guys. I really hope we leak some small balloons like a ceramic or whatever, and I hope that the ability is back up. Essentially, there's a pink balloon. Is it up? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. $130,000. And now this is really good because we know that the ability is on cooldown, but we can refresh it. We're going to leak something, so let me refresh it. And then we're going to leak this DDT. Is it going to trigger it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What is happening? What did Ninja Kiwi do in this update? This tower is absolutely nuts. I mean, even if we buy something like this, something like a first strike, it's still like 120k left. This is just so insane. Now, let me just use the ability, break this thing up, and then as soon as we get the pop, I think we're going to have the passive ability again, actually. Okay, so let's see if we can trigger it onto one of these DDTs. It's gonna leak in a second, so let's try. And yeah, there's nothing left to do, but DDTs are leaking. Yes, we get the trigger again. And you guys know what? If we can pop these guys a little bit, yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna refresh it again, and then we're gonna finish the game like that. How cool of an ending is that? Oh my god, what is this ability? And what is this setup? $120,000 saved up. This was like the easiest run I've ever done in a very long time, honestly. And we didn't lose the black border, but if you guys remember, on round 15, not in the ultra late game with all the crazy balloons. What a tower this Bomb Blitz is. I'm absolutely enjoying it, and I really like this change. This was such an amazing change, and if you guys have tried it out, tell me in the comments how it went. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.